Well, howdy, everybody. This is John Michael. It's the 10th Friday of Ordinary Time, and today we hear about lust, chastity and lust. Oh, we live in a sexually promiscuous world. To be chaste in the midst of a sexually promiscuous, secular humanist morality, it's countercultural. You have to be tough. But Jesus says it's not enough just to keep the externals of the law. See, if you lust in your heart after somebody, you've already committed adultery. And you're not to be divorcing each other, because to divorce means that you're still hanging on to your ego, you still want your own way, you haven't learned to be a servant, and you have to go to the internal of the relationship and really learn how to be a servant, to be humble, and to be fulfilled when you are serving others. It just turns the logic of the world on its head, turns everything upside down. You really have to be born again to understand this stuff. If you hang on to the old worldly self, you can't get it. You just can't get it. So now this does not mean, by the way, that there are not abusive situations that people need to get out of in bad relationships. That's not what it means. But be careful. Don't use that as an excuse for your own selfishness, for your own self-will. It's going to lead you to a road of frustration. Because the more you try to fulfill yourself, the more you're going to find yourself unable to do so, the more frustrated you'll get, and then you'll get angry again. We don't want that to happen. So let's look to the inside. Let's look to the inside of purity, of chastity. Lust not in your heart. Lust not in your heart. And the way you do that, like I said yesterday, let go of the old self, let it die. Then you're born again in Christ. You become a child of God, and everything is different. The flesh, the ego, the pride, they're not driving the boat of your life. Jesus is, and self-giving is. And when you find that, it's a whole new way of living. That's my prayer for you guys. I love you so much. All things are possible with God.